Hello, everyone. My name's Amy Holmwood, and I'm so excited to be with you guys today. I'm not going to show slides today, and I'm going old school, which is actually kind of exciting. I'm working in California right now, and I'm just more excited than ever to be involved in the wellness sector. And even when entrepreneurs, we want to always have everything perfect, but guess what? This business isn't perfect, and it's not going to be perfect. Life isn't perfect. And so I wasn't able to get my slides to work tonight. I'm using my husband's computer because my computer, which has beautiful slides on it, doesn't have any sound. So anyway, I've been involved with LifeVantage since August 11th of 2012. Is that right? I think that's right. Yeah, 2012. It was right before my birthday. Marcy Steiner shared everything with me, showed me an ABC News report, and literally read off a piece of paper the story of LifeVantage and the story of Protandim. And that was a day that I will never forget. That's why I remember the date. And I think most people that get involved in this company have that same experience where they remember how they learned and when they learned about LifeVantage and Protandim. And I have to say that when you think about things that have happened in your life, how often do you just remember the date and where you were sitting when somebody shared something with you? And I think that in and of itself is very profound. I really think that says so much about this opportunity and also about just a whole new dimension and a new frontier in wellness. And that is all around activating pathways, which LifeVantage has been a pioneer in basically since 2003, when they started studying different pathways in the body that can be activated through foods and dietary compounds. And so what you're going to hear about tonight is really has been going on for a while. I mean, literally since like the late 1990s, Japanese scientists were looking at different pathways in the body that would help our body be able to heal naturally on its own. And so these pathways can be activated through foods and dietary compounds that can change the expression of your genes. And so I think you're learning more about that in the world. There are books written about it. You know, there are so many new companies now, right, that are emerging, especially in the area of genomics. And so when you rewind back in time and you say to yourself, gosh, you know, why am I just learning about this right now? Well, it took like 50 years before people even knew about probiotics, because I used to take them back in the 70s because I had severe asthma and my mom I had to take a lot of antibiotics. So she always wanted me to take probiotics. So I don't know if you knew that, like people were taking those, they were little balls and they were in the refrigerator. So don't be surprised that you haven't learned about nerve 2 activation and something called nutrigenomics, which is the study of how plants and dietary compounds can change the expression of genes. And the new information that everybody needs to know is that 95% of your genes can be programmed in a different direction than what you think is coming from your ancestors or something that you actually may have inherited from, you know, your family history. And that there's only about 4 to 5% of the genes that really are truly coded that can't be changed. And those might be things, you know, macular degeneration or sort of really weird things that you just can't fix, right? But maybe you can do certain things to potentially push that out further into the future by what you're doing today to take care of yourself. LifeVantage is a publicly traded company. It has, it's on the NASDAQ. It does about over 230 million a year in sales. It has been talking about this area of science since the beginning, since it started. And it started in stores. It went into a retail model, which back then was what vitamin companies did. But nobody understood, looking at Protandim sitting on a shelf that said for healthier longevity on the bottle. And so people didn't understand what that meant. They didn't know what the ingredients even represented at that time. Today, when people look at the ingredient label, they get so excited because it has ashwagandha, which is like so hot right now, right? It has green tea and milk thistle and bacopa, and it's just like turmeric, right? Everybody's using it in their smoothies. It's like mainstream. But back in 2004, 2005, people didn't know what those were. They didn't understand what those could represent in terms of health. And more than that is the way that those were put together in one product to create a synergy that made that 18 times more powerful at upregulating the genes in your body for your body to basically heal itself, right? So we can't make any claims. We can't make any representations of that this treats, cures, heal, or mitigates any disease. But what we know is that we have the scientific proof to validate, beginning back when our first study was published in 2006, that talked about how Protandim reduces oxidative stress, which is literally by 30%, okay, in humans, in 30 days, okay, it reduces oxidative stress. And in that ABC News report, it by 45% reduction in 14 days. And that, you guys, oxidative stress is a rusting of the human body. And the reason that that is so important is because it's how our body breaks down and causes all those conditions that nobody ever wants to get. So if we can control oxidative stress from a health perspective, this is going to change everything about the way that our body is going to function. And just literally from the energy level that a person has to the way that they might sleep, the way that they may deal with stress, because their nervous system often is very inflamed. And often people are taking medications, which causes a lot of inflammation as well in the body. So you're not realizing how much inflammation and oxidative stress you actually have. And as we get older, that just becomes a compounding problem. And the longer that you put this off and you wait to start nerve 2 activating and taking products that upregulate your body's enzymes to heal itself, the more damage you're doing to your body. So the sooner, all the research shows, we have over 30 published studies, that the sooner that either mammals, okay, we have mouse studies, we have human studies, we have cell studies, the earlier that a mammal would start using a product like Protandim Nerve 2, the better the results going to be long term. So you guys, everybody wants to look better, feel better, perform better. We all do. We also want to be able to have a business life that actually suits our needs. And this was the reason I got involved in the company when Marcy Steiner shared this information with me, because I was looking at shifting gears in my life. I had retired as a financial advisor, and I wasn't really sure what the next phase of my life was going to look like. So I really considered, gosh, maybe this is something that I could work with. Maybe this is something, if this helps me with my health, that I could share with people. And I could do that from home. At the time, my son was 12 years old and I was a working mom. And nothing would have made me happier at that moment than to be able to stay home and work from home and be able to do business like I'm doing with you guys right now on the fly while I'm in Manhattan Beach, California, being an entrepreneur and building businesses. That's what I do. And I invest in the health space now because I've learned so much from LifeVantage and about nutrigenomics. This has opened up a whole world of opportunities for me and my family to be able to participate in the wellness movement. And you guys, it's the biggest economic trend in world history. When Protandim sat on those shelves, okay, at that time, it was the beginning of this wellness movement. It was the beginning of natural health movement. But people didn't understand the magnitude of what we had our hands on. So some really smart executives in the company made a decision to shift gears and to put this into a direct sales model. Now, when I saw this, I'm not going to lie to you, I wasn't excited to say that I was going to be involved in network marketing. That was not something that I had considered would be my career. Okay, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. But did I care that it was network marketing? I honestly don't worry about what other people think about my decisions. I make those decisions for me and my family. And what I knew was that if I could build a business that had recurring revenue, that would be something that would be a really good use of my time, because I had done that before in the insurance business. And that created a revenue stream for me. While I was sleeping at night, I was still making money. And this is something that's so rare. And I don't think people think about it when they choose the career paths. They don't think about the fact that what they're doing isn't going to create money when they're sleeping. So there's all kinds of books about, entrepreneurship and how to make money when you're sleeping, but it's not easy to do. And it's usually really expensive because you got to get into the real estate business, or you've got to be able to have, be a book publisher, or get into the music business where you have royalties, or get into the money management business, which takes years to develop a portfolio to be able to, of clientele, to be able to retire and get that revenue. We're going to squeeze that time that it would take to build a business like that down to about 5 years. If you understand direct selling and network marketing, it's a compression system that literally you say, I'm going to take 3 to 5 years to build a business, and I'm going to create something that I would never be able to create otherwise with a small amount of money as an investment. Today, people don't want to put a lot of money into businesses, bricks and mortar and all that. Forget it, it's dead. You want to build a business online where you're going to use networks to connect people together, to share products that people want, and they want to buy it from people that they know, love, and trust. And that is all the data and statistics today are showing, that that's how people want to buy products. And I don't think there's ever been a better time in history to get into the wellness movement after COVID, and we're still in COVID. And I think we'll be in this for a long time. People are very hyper aware that they need to protect their immune systems. They need to be concerned about the health of their loved ones and their family and their parents, right? They want to protect everybody, and you never know when this thing's going to hit again, right? So why aren't we doing something to take action to make ourselves healthier? So using a Nerve 2 activation product, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a minute, makes a lot of sense. And so it's on everyone's mind, right? So what a better time, especially that people are working from home now, and people also want to have multiple businesses because they realize they can't make enough money in the one business that they have, or maybe their career, because companies aren't creating retirement plans anymore. Companies aren't giving benefits anymore that they used to, defined contribution plans, retirement plans. The 401k matches are lower if you even have a 401k. Your health insurance, your company's not going to pay 100% of that anymore. And even if they're paying any of it, they just cut the benefits back, and you're going to have to come up with some money out of pocket. I'm just saying, you guys, I'm a financial advisor, and it just happened to me with my own health plan because we changed the plan. And now I decided to pay $1,600 for a medical procedure because that was a copay. So I'm telling you guys, this isn't going to change. And so people need to think about how they're going to protect themselves financially moving forward. The economy is now not as strong as it was. We have inflation. It's getting more expensive. What are you going to do? Whoever shared this information with you to get on the Zoom tonight, what are you doing today to preserve your own financial wherewithal? And what plan do you have in place today to be able to have a solid plan of action that someone's going to help you execute over a 3 to 5 year period, where you actually don't even have to pay for the coaching, because the people that brought you into this, they're going to help you build your business. And if they're not, they'll say, hey, get on a Zoom with Carrie Dickey and Stu Brody's team every Thursday night at 9:30 Eastern time. And someone's going to be there to coach you. So I have never been involved in a business before where there was so much support, and also from corporate. So LifeVantage as a company does a fantastic job supporting their field of leaders and their field of distributors. They're also changing the face of the entire company from a marketing perspective and giving us more tools to be able to help people build their businesses online from a social media perspective. And I don't know about you guys, those of you that have been involved in the company for a long time, everything I'm seeing visually on the website, if you go to lifevantage.com and you just look at that first page, it is beautiful with the new Axio orange cream flavor. The packaging is stunning. I am so excited about the direction of the packaging that this company has put forth, and also the direction that they've taken to make this easier to get involved in the business. You can become a customer, whoever shared with you, get on the products. You want to do that no matter what. You want to get on the products right away. I just told you that the longer you wait, the more oxidative stress you have, the worse off you're going to be. So the sooner you start activating your body, the better off you're going to be to reduce oxidative stress. Number one, you have to be a product of the product. Number two, you can join as a distributor. You can join for as little as $50. And then you have to place an order for $200 to get your products and start activating your body. If you really want to seriously run this business, there's different packs there's 2 other packs you can use that you can participate in that are going to give you a much bigger discount. Those packs are going to give you everything you need to get started, and they're very reasonably priced. So whoever shared with you can show you what those options are. As a business owner, as a person that started this business 11 years ago, I can tell you that when you start your business and you want to be serious about it, you want to take it seriously, you want to have those products available to share with people. So don't think small, think big. And I know on our website, it says it's about the little things, okay? The small things matter. The small things are actually joining the business properly, which is a big thing, okay? Because it's going to set the tone for how everybody else enrolls in your organization. So just consider that when you look at the different options. Also, I want to just tell you about our core product for Tandem Nerve 2 Activator. That product has more research than any product that I've ever seen in the nutrition space. There just isn't any, there's no equal to it. It also has the time-tested history of safety and efficacy that has much longer lifespan than most products that are out there. I don't know how many of you are still using that same product. Here I am 11 years into it. There's nothing about the product has changed. It's the same ingredients. It's the same tablet. The bottle looks better. The price has gone up 1 time in 11 years. And I'm still taking it. And I swear to you that if I miss that product, it's like not brushing my teeth that day. It's just a big deal. And it's something that is just become a part of my life. And this is a business that you want people to have a relationship to the products like I just described to you. It's like having an iPhone. Like, am I going to go buy a different phone? No, I'm going to buy a new one. I'm going to buy a new computer, and it's going to be a Mac. It's going to be an Apple product because my sound isn't working on my computer, and I'm using my husband's PC, which is an Intel Core processor, which I am not used to anymore. I still use my Macs, you guys. I still take my Protandim, and I don't have any other supplement that I take that's like that, just so you know, and think about what you guys use. What supplement are you still taking? Just to really, out of curiosity, you know, I still take other supplements. I take magnesium. Do I take the same one from 11 years ago? I didn't even take magnesium 11 years ago, and I've already changed it 3 times, just so you know. So this is like something you guys need to consider as you look at this, as you look at your business and you think about what companies that you might join, because there are other options out there, right? There's a lot of people coming into the network marketing space because it represents a tool that is needed in the world today for people to run businesses. Lower priced, very efficient. You don't have to hire employees. It pays weekly, okay, or even daily. And it's recurring revenue that builds up. I like to call it products under management. PUM instead of AUM, which is assets under management. Think about products under management that you get a fee that you earn every time someone orders something within your organization, right? And your organization is everyone you talk to, every customer, every distributor that you enroll while you're involved in the company, and all of their customers and distributors, 9 levels down in your organization. And once you get to a certain level, it's called an Elite Pro 7, where you're doing 100,000 a month in volume plus per month in your entire organization. You get paid on the entire company's volume, the whole world of Protandim users and distributors. You're going to get paid off of that global pool. So this is something that is like, I've never seen this before in any other company, where I'm going to get paid off the efforts of every single person that's working in the company. It's incredible. So the other part of this, being an executive in financial advisory and financial services for 25 years, I got to work with executive teams. I got to work with sales teams. I got to work with big companies in the insurance industry and the brokerage and banking as well. And our team is just stellar. We have a CEO that is transforming the company right now, giving us the tools we need to build our business faster and more current with the times. to make it easier, to give us tools and systems to recruit people, because really we need more people involved in this movement. This is a grassroots movement to change the world one person at a time. And so, if thinking of all the options that you have today in business, I just want to say, I got to the rank of Master Pro 10. I built a global business. The COVID environment has been really difficult, I have to say. So, when you start thinking about global businesses, you might have to travel. I know a lot of people might be listening to this because they wanted to hear Amy Holmwood talk about international business potentially. And it's amazing because the company is international and global. But you can build right in your own backyard, you guys. You don't have to be traveling all over the world. We have the computers now. We have our phones. But yes, do we want to get together and gather? We are starting to again, and it's so wonderful. We have events. We have a new event that we've never had before called Activation 2022. And it's happening the weekend of June. I believe it's June 18th, 16th, 17th, and 18th in Salt Lake City, Utah. Whoever invited you to listen to this tonight, make sure they tell you about that activation event. This is going to be something that is going to catapult our company to a whole nother stratosphere of the way we do marketing. We're bringing in some really surprisingly exciting people to speak that are in the science world. So I encourage you guys, to learn more about that and try to go to that event if you can. We have a whole team of people that are going to be out there. I'm just so pumped about it. It's a new type of event. We've never had it like this before. And, every day is something new and exciting. And so we have a community as well, which I think a lot of people are seeking community right now more than ever, because a lot of people are working from home and it gets lonely. And they do want a place to collaborate and be around people that are motivated and positive and supportive in your dreams, because we all are here for the same reason. We want to have more time freedom. We want to be with our families more. We want to do the things that we want to do on our own schedules. We don't want to go to an office where we're not even excited about what we're doing. People don't want to do that anymore, you guys. Through COVID, people's hearts and minds changed. And they decided, you know what? Life's too short. I don't want to do it the way I did it before. So there's a whole world of people out there. It's like 70% of Americans that want to do something different. So what better time to think about starting a business where you have to share a business opportunity with people when it's on 70% of the people's hearts and minds right now is what are they going to do to give them the freedom to have the lifestyle that they want and the financial security to be able to have that, because money gives peace and gives you options, right? So it's a really important thing to talk about. And so I'm just glad that I'm here to talk about how successful you can be in this business if you just put the time in and take the action steps that we will teach you how to do and how to build it. So I'm just gonna, sign off here in a few minutes, but I'm so honored to be a part of LifeVantage. I'm honored to be a part of this team that's asked me to speak tonight. I'm honored to be a part of the wellness movement, to change hearts and minds, to be able to educate people on a new way of living that gives them something that they may not have even had the luxury in their own minds to think about, to be able to work on their own schedule, and also to have health and vitality and energy to be able to do that and to be able to share that with other people. So I just want to sign off and say thank you and get back to the person that invited you on this webinar to be able to learn more about LifeVantage and our LifeVantage community. Thank you so much.